Greetings, fellow Thulians. Let us talk about settlement administration. Because if you have a settlement, you have to administer it. But you don't have to do it yourself. You can just have, place a follower in that role, or hire a retainer or a hireling, and make them administer it. You also have rules for empty thrones and treason. Because the settlement without an administrator might see that someone just, grabs power in it and just take it for themselves. And this is more complicated than it looks here, because you also have rules for siblings and children. And some of these siblings and children, they're not always what you want them to be. They might be a little bit naughty and decide to, I actually want that settlement for myself. So they might use this opportunity to just take it from you. And if you have an NPC that there's also a chance for treason, right? You have rules for how much support the usurper will have if he tries to take a settlement or indeed a realm. And then you have here titles for, if you administers a hamlet, you're a steward. If you administers a village, you're a thane. If you administer a town or a city, you are an earl or a countess. And of course you have the same for realm rulers. If you have hamlets, villages or towns, you're just a lord. But if you have at least one city, you are indeed a king. And if you have two cities, wow, you're a high king, aren't you? And then you have salary for them and how much time you need to spend on this task. Because, you might want to adventure as well, in addition to that. And you can also hire a replacement for you, if you a warden for these and a regent for these when you are away, which of course it can be risky because maybe they want to overthrow you. And here we touch a little bit on the topic of allodial settlements, because if the settlement is an allodial settlement, the usurper's support is reduced by 10%, and of course your charisma check will influence how much support he has, and his own too. So you don't really know how much support the usurper has when he takes something from you. But of course you can just send in a thief to infiltrate the settlement before you try to attack it, to find out exactly how much support he has, or maybe approximately, depending on how successful that is for the thief, right? Yes. And an usurper of a realm has a chance of receiving support from administrators of your settlements too. So this can go really wrong. Now you have already followers, retainers and hirelings, and rules for that in the basic rules. But if you become an administrator or a ruler, you also get additional hirelings. So if you just hire someone, that person will have the ability to hire hirelings in a number equal to 5% of the settlement population. And if you are a ruler or a regent, you can hire an amount of hirelings equal to 10% of the entire realm population. So now you can have a lot more hirelings. And of course, hirelings can be warriors, and you need to hire hirelings to garrison your settlements. And you might want to hire hirelings to increase your ability to survive as a realm. And the rules for hirelings and such are a little bit different for administrators. They have to pay more for them most of the time, and you have an automatic. You don't need to roll for availability as you do for an adventurer, because people really want to work for rulers. They have more access. You also have demi-human hirelings, and yes, because hirelings are essential for a ruler. In the same chapter about hirelings, you have the information about siblings, where you can have siblings either coming to Thule or already living there, and their age is determined randomly here, their sex, and then you have what I talked about in an earlier video. First of all, you need to find out exactly what is the sibling? Is he just an extra follower for you? Just a generic hireling? You'll find out with a die roll. And when you find out that, you have to find out... This is a mistake, by the way. I have corrected it. This is a proof copy, so it's not an issue in your copy. When you roll a die, will he be as a good supportive sibling until death? Or will he claim your realm at some point? The Game Master will cast a die and find out. Maybe he will be corrupted by dark powers and become a significant threat to the player character and his goals. Siblings can be a little bit unpredictable. Thank you for watching.